Hello, Wiffle Nation, and welcome to the 19th episode of the Huntington Wiffle League podcast. I'm your host, Josh Smith. With me is nobody. That's an HWL podcast first for not having any co-hosts on any episode. So this should be good. We'll see what happens. So what are we going to talk about in this episode? We're going to be talking about the tournament dates that we're going to be having instead of a weekly season, just as a friendly reminder so we can get some more teams for this. We're going to recap the preseason tournament that happened last month and unveil the winner and talk about that briefly. And then we're going to have a special phone interview with Tyler Kowalcyck. He runs the Carolina Wiffleball League down in, it's in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. He hosted an indoor tournament we participated in January and had a good time at. And he's possibly going to be bringing a team in June. And then we're going to have a little sneak peek of a historical franchise fantasy bracket that I created last week where we seeded every historical team from every season in the league's history and paired them up against each other in a bracket, and we're just going to vote and see who maybe the best overall teams are in HWL history. So it should be pretty good, filled with a lot of spirited debate and argument next month. But I'm going to go ahead and unveil it so you guys at home can fill it out for yourselves and chime in next month. So let's get started. Here are the dates for the tournaments. Now, as a reminder, we're not playing on Tuesday evenings anymore. We're playing at the same spot. It's at Miller School Park on the corner of 12th Avenue and 7th Street in Huntington, West Virginia. But we are playing one Saturday a month, tournament format. You're guaranteed 4 games. If we have an odd amount of team, we normally play one more pool play game. But it's single elimination unless we get a lot of teams. You'll play 3 round-robin games followed by your elimination game. And then you have to win out from there if you want to play more games. April 16th, that is next week. That is our April tournament. May 21st, June 18th, and July 21st. We are expecting some teams from out of state, North Carolina, Columbus, Ohio, to be participating in some of those final tournaments. But we need some new teams now. So spread the word. If you can't get a team together, come out. It's a free agent. Register, and we'll place you on a team. There's always somebody out there looking for another player. So don't let the fact that you can't get a team together of your own discourage you from coming out. That's no excuse, okay? So, what's it take to have a team? You have to have 3 to 5 players, no more than 5, no less than 3. Everybody has to be 18 or older, and it's $10 a player, and then you sign the waiver form. You can do everything minus the waiver form online if you go to our website. It's at huntingtonwiffleball.com, and it's under About and Join Us. You can fill out the registration form and pay through PayPal on the website. It's very simple. The preseason tournament was last month. This is something we've never done before. We've always wanted to do it, but spring training is always brutally cold for the past few years. I don't know why. We tried to have spring training our first 2 seasons in 2012 and 2013, and it snowed both times. And during our first week of the 2013 season, it snowed as well. And then when we're not dealing with that, we're dealing with rain. Luckily, we didn't have any weather issues last month when we had this tournament. It was pretty cold at first, and then it got really warm and really sunny, and about half of us got sunburned. So I will take that over bad weather any day. There were 5 teams of 6 that we were expecting that showed up. It's a free tournament, so you have to adjust your expectations a little bit. The winner, instead of getting a trophy or a prize, got free entry into the following tournament. The 5 teams that came out were Yellow Beaver Fever, that's Greg Soward's franchise that he resurrected from the 2012-2013 seasons. Make Wiffle Great Again, that's a team that has myself and Patrick Rail on it. That we've sort of took some of the shambles of plain white tees in our own teams and blended them together. Sit on My Base, which is pretty much the same team we've had for the past couple years, except Rick Patterson and Justin Fairman from Chicken and Wiffles have joined it. Lifehouse, which is Ian Handy's team with some friends, and then the Sheevers, which, believe it or not, is Josh Hager's team. Josh Hager and Randy Steele from the Maroon Squad in 2013 got a 5-player team together and came out and played very well. Here are the results for the round-robin play. We played 4 games per team. Yellow Beaver Fever went 0-4. Make Wiffleball Great Again went 1-3. Sit on My Base went 4-0 and got the number 1 seed. Lifehouse went 2-2. And the Sheevers were 3-1 and got the number 2 seed. The bracket, first round, it was Yellow Beaver Fever versus Make Wiffleball Great Again, where Beaver Fever had walk-on James Clagg show up by that point and join the team and really turn the tide in favor of Beaver Fever for them to advance to the next round. Lifehouse played the Sheevers, who got a bye, and lost to them, and Sheevers advanced to the championship. Yellow Beaver Fever were defeated by Semi Base and advanced to the championship. Now, Semi Base, they finished runner-up in our season last year in the championship. They finished runner-up in the Hallow Wiffle Tournament in the fall. What would happen in this event? Would they finally take a title? They also were runner-up in the 2014 season championship. Well, it was not meant to be, and the Sheevers defeated Semi Base 16-9. Now, I don't know. It would have been a different series if we played fast pitch, but it discourages competition when someone's hurling a ball in there at 80 miles an hour, and you have some new people that are like, "Oh, screw that." So we adjusted to a slow pitch format, and what did not help Semi Base is they lost a couple of players who had to go to work later in the day. So the only players that were still there were Andrew Westcott, Rick Patterson, and Jeremy Ray, playing a 5-player stacked Sheevers team. So the fact that they kept it competitive is pretty impressive, in my opinion. So those were the results. The Sheevers will not be participating in the April tournament, so they will be back again in May. Tournament overall went well, without a hitch, and it was cool to see 3 of 4 Maroon Squad players show up. No Ryan Bryars, and it was kind of weird seeing Clag not play on the same team as Hager and Steele, but all 3 players still performed very well, and we're looking forward to having them participate this season. I'd still love to see players from the Pink Penguins and the Holy Balls franchises from 2013 come back, because that's been the real curse of this league to an extent, is we get teams every year, but getting them to come back year after year becomes more difficult. We can't really find teams with those staying power because of just a lot of different variables in people's lives. It's just hard to continue to come out year after year. But it was cool to see a team that we haven't seen in 2 years make a comeback. When we come back, we're going to be interviewing Tyler Kowalcyck from the Carolina Wiffleball League, so stick around. All right, we have on the line Tyler Kowalcyck from the Carolina Wiffleball League to answer some questions for us. How you doing, Tyler?
Good. How you doing?
Awesome. Let's get started. First with the name, what caused you to switch from being the North Carolina Wiffleball League, which you were for a few years, and you guys played primarily on a weekly basis, and then you changed your name recently to the Carolina Wiffleball League, and now you're playing what seems to be primarily tournaments. So what was the cause for the name change?
We went through a bunch of changes all at once, and we figured might as well change the name too. Like we changed our location from Landis to Concord, which was a bigger area, and we had a few changes as far as like the management of the league. So we figured might as well just change everything.
Okay, cool. Are you only playing tournaments now?
Currently just tournaments.
Okay.
There's a league in the works, but we'll see how that goes.
Do you have any tournament dates you want to plug for us?
Our next big one will be in August 6th.
All right, awesome. If I'm not mistaken, when we first started talking, you and I think you had participated on Jay Moore's Mississippi Yard League team in the 2013 NWA tournament. Is that correct?
That is.
Okay. Give me your initial thoughts on the tournament, having participated. And has your opinion changed over the years as it's kind of progressed?
I had a good time. I went up there with a friend of mine. We actually got the call like a week before the tournament, and Jay had asked us if we'd come up, fill in on his team, and me and Beach both thought we were going to just kind of be just little extra players, but we ended up having a lot bigger role than we thought. And the tournament was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, even though the team didn't do so well. But there were a lot of walks. I remember there being a lot of walks, and it didn't seem like that changed the next year or two. But all in all, we had a great time.
Why do you think wiffleball leagues are so hard to come by in the Southeast? Because last year there was kind of a splash that our league made with the NWA tournament about not having a true Southern League host, a Southern regional, and it's just the leagues don't last very long in the South. We're not very close together geographically. Why do you think that is?
I think a lot of people down here, get caught up. They invest their time in like baseball and everything. And baseball season down in our area lasts from February till November. So, those guys are gone and away for, the weekends and stuff. So it's hard to keep people together for that. And a lot of times you get, after that age, because you get people that go into that grown man softball, and they're doing that every weekend. So, it's hard to pull people, which, I feel like, it could be, like the Southeast could have, like, teams that could compete and everything, but it's just tough because all the players are elsewhere.
Yeah, adult softball leagues are very hard to compete with for players. I can definitely agree to that. Are you ever going to get a team and come up and play in an HWL tournament this year?
I definitely plan on it. My team has kind of fallen to pieces as of late, but if I can get some guys together, I plan on coming up. I know you guys came down March or February, whenever that was, but I definitely want to come up for one of you guys' tournaments.
Yeah, I think you'd have a lot of fun. I have a couple listener questions. Carl Coffey, do you know who he is?
I know him.
Everybody knows Carl. He had a couple questions. Are you ever going to sign up for NWA regionals?
That's a tough one. I'm not sure. It's really tough because it's hard to get. It takes so much time to get people together and get all the fields locked down and everything, and it's on certain dates and everything too. I'd like to. I'm not rolling it out, but it's hard to commit to something at this point.
He also asks, do you think a South region could ever compete with the Midwest or the East?
Well, going back to what I said earlier, I think they could, but we lose a lot of the good players to the baseball and the softball, so it's hard. You definitely have the athletes down here, but then again, wiffball is really not about athletes. But you lose a lot of the people. When you got baseball season 10 out of 12 months, that's just the main clientele, people that like baseball.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't even know what wiffball is because when you say, oh, I'm going to go play in a wiffball tournament and you're south of the Mason-Dixon line, they're like, I don't know what that is at all. And then,
yeah, a lot of people think it's just something you're going to do in someone's backyard.
Yeah, if they do know what it is, then they're not really they don't know the difference between the balls, like those cheap balls you find at the dollar store and then the official ones.
Right, yeah, the ones with full holes and then the 8-flute ones.
Yeah, just the brand recognition down south's just not there that it is in the Midwest and the East, it seems, from my experience. Do you have any questions about our league?
You guys play a lot similar to us.
Yeah, pretty similar.
I asked a bunch of questions whenever you guys came down back in for that indoor tournament.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was. And going back to the South compete, I think the South definitely can compete because Tampa does well.
Yeah, they do. And Wiffle Atlanta Wiffle Atlanta's a real competitive league.
They won it, I believe, the year I was there.
Yeah, they did that year. Because Freaky Franchise won it the first year, and then Tampa won the next year. I think Tampa's been in the finals just about every year.
Yes,
yeah.
They definitely do well.
Yeah, I think that we should just. We've been talking the past few years, on our own about trying to get a actual Southern regional tournament going on. I think we should definitely make that happen over the next couple of years. I don't know. Before I let you go, I just wanted to say I definitely respect what you do down there. I know it's a lot harder to do it down there than it is in some places like Michigan or New York. So definitely props for continuing to do that over the years. So just keep at it, and come on up whenever you're ready to bring a team, or just come on your own, and you can play on my team, and we'll try to make it to a couple more of your tournaments.
I appreciate it. And yeah, I definitely plan on coming up. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem. Bye.
Bye.
That was Tyler Kowalcyck, the commissioner of the Carolina Wiffleball League in Concord, North Carolina. They play tournaments just about every month. You can find out more about their league at their website, carolinawiffleball.weebly.com, and then find information about tournaments from there. It's kind of the central North Carolina area. It's a real great location, geographically in the south as far as central location. So definitely one day want to get a regional southern tournament going on at some point in the next few years there. We'll be right back after this break.
Special thanks to Tyler Kowalcyck for taking time out of his day to do an interview with us over the phone. Those can be difficult to do sometimes. So let's move on to our final story before we wrap up this episode. There is a historical franchise fantasy bracket that we have put together that we're going to put on the website pretty soon after this podcast is released so that you can fill it out and chime in on the next episode of the podcast. Wiffle in Southeast Michigan, of course, has done this before. And we do something similar to this on the NWA website year after year to crown an official, unofficial champion of the year. But we decided to take all 27 franchises, because of course it has to be an odd number, and rank them in order of 1 to 27 and put a bracket together just to settle who we think would be considered to be the best team ever to have played in this league. So the seeds are as follows. The 2014 Breaking Balls are the number 1 seed. I should also mention that we couldn't really use win-loss records because every season we played a different amount of games. I mean, the past 2 seasons it's been pretty similar, but in 2012 we played whatever we could, and then in 2013 we played a 24-game season, but there were a lot of weather issues halfway through the season that caused all the records to not everybody played the same amount of games because of forfeits or things that just complicated the season. So we went with win percentage. So, the higher win percentage got the higher seeds, and if multiple teams had the same winning percentage, we ranked them according to run differential and then went from there. So that's where we're at. The 2014 Breaking Balls went 20-0, had a 1,000 winning percentage. They were the number 1. Only team in the league to have ever gone undefeated during a regular season. Second is the 2015 Sit on My Base. Then number 3 is 2012 Beaver Fever. They went 12-1 in the 2013 season and won the championship that year. Number 4 is the 2013 Maroon Squad, which won the championship in 2013. Number 5 is the 2015 Breaking Balls, who finally won their championship last season. Number 6 is the 2014 Sit On My Base team. Number 7, 2013 Holy Balls. They were runner-up in the 2013 season. Number 8, 2015 Black Sheep Wiffle. Number 9, 2014 Honey Badger Squad. That was the team that won the championship that year. Number 10, the 2012 Honey Badgers. Number 11, the 2013 Pink Penguins. Number 12, the 2014 Wee Willie Wiffle Squad. Number 13, the 2015 Asthmatics. Number 14, 2015 Chicken and Wiffles. Number 15, 2013 Beaver Fever. Number 16, 2014 Wiffle Ballers. Number 17, 2015 Wifflin' Dixie. Number 18, the 2014 Bag Tag Team. 19, the 2012 Terrorhawks. Number 20, the 2013 Terrorhawks. Number 21, the 2012 Turtles. Number 22, the 2014 Poker Night Team. Number 23, the 2015 Wifflers team. Number 24, the Green Bears from 2014. Number 25, the Welfare Warriors of the 2013 season. Number 26, the 2012 Owls. And number 27, the worst team in franchise history, was the Plain White Tees from last season in 2015. So those are the 27 teams. Now, the first round of the bracket is as follows. The first game is between the 2014 Wiffle Ballers and the 2015 Wiffling Dixie teams. The second game is the 2014 Honey Badgers versus the 2014 Green Bears. That would be a pretty good game. The Badgers won the championship that year, so that'll have a little star on the bracket. Then the next game, Black Sheep Wiffle versus the Welfare Warriors of 2013, followed by the 2015 Asthmatics playing the 2013 Terrorhawks team. Then the 2014 Wee Willie Wiffle team playing the 2012 Turtles. Then on the other side of the bracket, the 2013 Beaver Fever team playing the 2014 Bag Tag. And then the 2012 Honey Badgers playing the 2015 Wifflers team. Then the 2013 Holy Balls playing the 2012 Owls. And then Chicken and Wiffles playing the 2012 Terrorhawks. 2013 Pink Penguins playing Poker Night. And the 2014 Sit On My Base team playing the Plain White Tees. The only teams to get buys, I think we had 5 teams that got buys. We have the Breaking Balls that have a bye into the second round. Sit On My Base have a bye into the second round. Beaver Fever has a bye into the second round. Everybody else is having to play. Only the top 3 seeds, because of the odd number of teams, have a bye. So, once we get this online, go ahead and fill out the bracket for yourself. Send it to us. Tell us your thoughts. Express your opinions. It doesn't matter if you know anything about our league or not. If you played in any of our seasons, all of our seasons, or none of our seasons, we want to hear your opinion on it. If you followed the league at all, you'll have some pretty strong opinions, I imagine. So it should be a good episode. I don't want to say next month. Maybe in a couple of weeks we can finally get this episode knocked out. We're going to try to have 2 podcasts this month to make up for the fact that we didn't have one last month. The next episode of the podcast, we're hoping to interview James Clagg. We were supposed to interview him and Randy Steele in one of our early episodes from our first season of episodes, and they weren't able to make it, so we decided to wing it without him. So hopefully we can finally get that episode that we were promised a couple of years ago. Until then, I'm your host, Josh Smith. We'll talk to you soon.